Hello? Okay. Hi! Hello! It's me, the local virtual baker, Saltea Kichee. 안녕하세요, Sue. Hi. Hi! Hello! It's me. How are you all doing today? Ah, my goodness. I am kind of sleepy. But not. I don't know. I'm not trying to do anything actually. But we're doing something that I've been wanting to do for quite a while. I've been wanting to do a tarot reading stream. So today is where we try. I don't know. Not much real. It's not really that deep really. There's no grandiose sort of thing to really talk about here, just that I want to try and do some tarot readings. I haven't been doing many tarot readings nowadays. I feel like when I was doing the tarot readings, when I was really into it, when I first got the cards, yeah, it was a bit of an impulse buy, but like, it was really fun as well. I will say, I was actually planning on not streaming today, but then something just kicked in my system and it was like, yeah, you know what, tarot reading, that would be kind of fun. So here we are, gonna try and do some tarot reading, and I'm hoping that you guys will have something that you might want to be tarot read, I guess. And if not, I swear to God, we're gonna go play Balatro. Why not Balatro readings? Because I'm gonna be honest, I think I'm tired of Balatro, just because the game is just kind of so... I've played it enough at this point, where it's like, I've actually finished a run on Gold Stakes already, so like, in my head, I've beaten that game already. That game has been done, dusted, no more. The roguelike, it's a great game, don't get me wrong, but now it's like, okay, I'm retired. I don't need to play Balatro unless there's going to be some sort of competitive manner to it. But I don't need to really worry nor play Balatro anymore in my own head, because I'm fully sated. My gambling addiction for that game is done. So yes. Anyways, that's why that's why it's like, hey, this is a threat for you guys, because I know you guys don't want to watch me play Balatro again. I know you guys are gonna get really bored if I play Balatro again. You want me to play Balatro? Because I know you probably don't want to watch me play Balatro, so we're just doing some tarot readings. So I thought tarot readings were gonna be fun. So, you know, before we actually do start today's stream, I gotta go out and say, I don't know why, I don't know how, but like, well, I know why, and I know how, but something I've been noticing recently, I have been getting better and better and better at screaming and raising my voice, which is kind of funny, because like, recently I've been using a lot of my, vocal cords for such higher frequency pitches. I'm just trying to say I'm being louder than usual, which is nice. I like being loud. It's fun. I like it. Or play tarot, the game the cards were minted for. There's a game, tarot cards. Wait, you're telling me that tarot cards... You're telling me there's a card game? They're not for readings? I don't believe you. I simply just do not believe you. There is... I don't know what I don't know what kind of games you would play with the tarot cards though, so it's weird, but alright then. I'm too lazy to learn how to play a new game on top of my head, a card game nonetheless, because card games are really hard to learn, so you can't do this to me. They're originally playing cards, but before they were repurposed for divination. I mean, I guess that makes sense, but like there are some, because there are some like correlation with like the tarot and like a normal suit deck, but I just don't believe you. My brain just doesn't want to believe you, and I wish I could tell you why, but like I just don't believe you. It's like, it makes sense, but at the same time, even though that Google said it too, it's just like, the contrarian inside of me above all else is trying to tell me, this person's lying, they're not telling the truth. But, whatever, it's okay, we're not doing that today, because I have already decided on what we're doing today, and I forgot to okay, well, that's kind of embarrassing. I'm just gonna move right here real quick as I set something up, so just give me a quick second here. Oh, you know me, you know how I am. I did actually, in my brain I was thinking like, hey, I'm getting this stream all set and ready to go, but at the same time it's like, I think I forgot to do something. Yeah, I did. But it's no biggie, no big deal. Nothing like a seconds here to take my time to get the thing that I needed set up. So, it's not gonna take too long, hopefully. Okay, let's see here. So, if everything worked according to plan... Hold on. Okay, let's take a little look-see. Let's see if the thing is set up and ready to go. Okay, that's the wrong thing, and why is it upside down? Weird. There we go. All is kind of good-ish. Alright, here, I'm gonna move stuff around now, but give me one sec. Okay. Gonna roll this boy around. Need to grab my water bottle because I'm feeling thirsty. Look at the cap. What's this thing? I'm just gonna fill my water bottle up too. Okay, well, yes, I know it's a setup we're all familiar with, so it's not too scary. Hopefully, methinks. I don't know. I wish my phone would stop auto-adjusting to brightness. One of the most annoying things. I hate it. Anyways, let me see. I'm gonna just move this camera around real quick. Okay. That should be good. There's still a few things I wish that were a little bit more stuck in place, but they are stuck enough. There we go. Alright, so here it is. I can actually do a sort of proper tarot reading, if you will. You get an upside view of everything. You get to see, well, me pulling the cards and all that whatnot. And, yeah, this is gonna be kind of just, if you really think about it, it's just gonna be a really relaxed, really chill stream today. Not gonna do too many crazy things today, but, yeah, we're just doing tarot readings. Well, I'm just gonna do some silly stuff like that. But I've also made us some cookies, so we're gonna have a few cookies here and there as well. They're nice and warm still. Some nice brown butter chocolate chip cookies. So hey, that's fun. They're ooey and gooey too. Alright. Well, had my first few cookie. I haven't had a cookie in a while. I actually have a whole bunch of these cookies in my freezer, because usually what I do, I love making a lot of chocolate chip cookies in bulk. And when I make them in bulk, I make them into little balls and then I freeze them. The nice thing about them is that if you do it this way, you'll have cookies at the ready. All you need to do is just preheat your oven, throw them in for 9 minutes. Perfect cookies all the time. It's great. Your first card is 2 of 1 cookies. 2 of cookies. That's a new one. That'd be a funny one. That'd be a funny card to get. The entire tarot deck, but they're all based on food. Alright, well, I just wanted to get 1 cookie. I'll leave this cookie for anyone else in chat if you want one, but there are a lot of funny cards in historical decks. I mean, I imagine there has to be. There's a lot of weird decks out there normally, so just for some to be weird and abnormal the entirety of history, that just kind of makes sense. But, hey, right now, as I am shuffling this deck, if anyone in chat has anything they would like to say, any questions or something that they would like a fortune being read, please tell me, and I will try and read your fortune. So hey, it's an open-ended stream today. There is no stream unless you lads cooperate and talk with me as well. I do have some things I can do, so I have some questions that I would gonna question the deck, but unless you guys have anything to say it now, forever hold your peace, I guess. I don't know. It's marriage now. I'm gonna give you guys at least a minute. So if you guys have anything to talk about, anything you want fortune to be read, let me know. Just to let you know, depending on what we're doing, depending if anyone asked anything, if we get a lot, I'm going to do a 3-card reading. But if we're not gonna get many, which is what I'm expecting, well, that just fell out of my hand, so I gotta use that card. If that's what happens, we're just going to do a Celtic Cross deck, which is a 10-card reading. So yeah. But seeing how you're all being quite, what's the word here? Quite quiet, I'm going to assume you guys got nothing you want to be read. Taking that into account, I just gotta re-look at what the hell the Celtic Cross looks like. Alright. All when there's 1 viewer. You know what? Fair enough. Alright, well, if that's the case, then I guess I'm just gonna do the first one then. Because screw you guys, I don't know. But I do got some funny things when it comes to I guess fortune readings. Some things and questions I ask from the cards and the divination of them, and so this is card 1, this will be card 2. Okay, so I'm now just gonna put those to the side and just lay these down, because I have a very unique question. I got some fun questions. A lot of these questions are gonna try to be casual, but at the same time it's like, oh, these are actual things I want to ask. So let's see here. So I guess with this question I have here, I just really have a question just about my friends. So I have a few questions, got a lot of questions. I'm gonna be asking questions based on that. But I really want to ask about a good friend, and we were talking about them yesterday on the Zatsu stream, if you were able to tune into that. There was a mention of a good friend that is on a very long hiatus. They've been on hiatus for quite some time, but a lot of people have been wondering if they're ever going to come back. And I have in good faith that they will come back, or they'll make a formal announcement of their departure. But either way, I want to see if the cards will have anything to say. It might be funny, because maybe the things I'm looking for will be in the deck, or maybe it'll be a whole bunch of hogwash. But yeah, I just want to know about, hey, let's see what divinations the world will say. What does the fortune of these cards, what are they gonna say about what the hell is gonna happen to Miss Senar Bonbon? Alright, here we go. Got all the cards I wanted. Not read them, but got all the ones that we're going to read. I'm excited because also it's kind of funny. I blame this person in particular to why we're doing this stream today. Because you guys remember Inked Ren, or whatever the hell her name is? She's a cool thing. I'll say that. She's definitely something. But, apparently when I did do a card reading for them, and it was like one of the last card readings I've done, a lot of the things that I did talk to them about came into fruition. So, not gonna lie, the majority of that is that with them talking about all of that, it's like, hey, it's kind of funny that a lot of what I said from a novice reader, I guess, came into fruition. So, yeah, I'm gonna be doing my own readings here, and if anyone else wants to say anything, hold on. Before we do that, I actually feel like I should. There we go. I think that's pretty straightforward enough. I think there'll be, if you want to read, you'll be able to actually interact in this little thing we're doing today, yeah? Alright, so let's see here. What is going on with Senar? What is going on with that silly little bear? The first card is a upright King of Pentacles. Hold on, I gotta see what that means. The present in the center, it represents the current situation. Wealth, business, security, leadership, discipline, abundance, prosperity. So that could possibly be referring to that, like, hey, I imagine in this sense that the card is representing, like, even though that I'm wondering about their whereabouts in this present moment, it could just mean that I shouldn't really worry about it to begin with. There's a lot of things going right with her. Maybe she's having some sort of success with her personal career. Maybe something outside of VTubing. She's just having a whole bunch of, you know, good things happening to her that are very professional, that may or may not include her time as a VTuber. So this could be referring to the present right now, that she's doing great, and that could lead onto more things. So that is what that card is. So it's nice that it's upright. I don't know where to put these cards because, well, I gotta read them all. Okay, the challenge. I don't know what challenge is. The stars. Okay, well, challenges in the. Okay, well, the stars is a good card, but in this context, it would probably be kind of weird, no? It's usually a very hopeful card, something very spiritual, something maybe even religious. But the thing it also says down here is like it has another thing with fortune. You know, there's another good things of fortune, spirituality, faith. So maybe I don't know. She's doing something within her life that she's trying to get with. I don't know. This is a weird card because it's like, oh hey, your biggest challenges are just gonna be your own fortune. So I don't know what really that's gonna refer to, but we'll just leave that right there. We'll probably get back to that when we look more into this little thing we're doing, because I find it a lot easier as you're actually doing a tarot reading. It's kind of like making a story. You got your first little bits in the beginning, and then you get to the end, you're able to make a comprehensive story of what this fortune reading could be. Yeah, that's kind of how I do these readings in a way. Alright, let's see. This is a Two of Swords. Basis, the below card, showing the foundations of the question. Lesser of two evils, no right choice, confusion, indecision, information overload. No right choice. Hold on, I know. Okay, this one's a little confusing in this regard. Let me just go, because the nice thing about this deck I actually have, it actually has a whole, not almanac. I guess almanac actually would be the right word to use here, but like it has a whole thing of like descriptions and whatnot within the book that's a lot more descriptive. So let's see. Two of Swords. It symbolizes the challenge of weighing options amidst avoidance and deadlock, where clarity is sought but not easily found. So in that sense, it could be interpreted as she's having some troubles with her faith. I don't know. There's something to do with faith going on here. There seems to be a lot of sort of things here that has to do with some sort of like huge commitment. Some sort of thing to do with faith, the spiritual self, and just a lot of something with like the professional career, I suppose. That's what I'm trying to read here. Let's see, the past. Alright, what's the past gonna be doing? The moon. That's two major arcana, by the way, so it's pretty, what's the word here? Pretty telling. Yeah, it must mean something. Illusion, mystery, dreams, intuition, fear, anxiety, subconscious premonitions. That could just... Actually, the funny thing is, since we are just doing a thing about, talking about where Senna is, this could possibly be referring to... This... Okay, so it's funny, because we were in the beginning part, and it almost makes it sound like that she is, like, enjoying her life, doing whatever... Which... Was it this one? Okay, well, I unfortunately just already looked at that. Whoopsie. But, I don't know if that's bad luck or not, but we're just gonna keep going here. So it's kind of funny, because this little story, this little journey we're having on about, oh yeah, what's up with Senna? Is she doing good? Is she gonna come back as a VTuber and whatnot? By the sounds of it, the story here is that she has gotten something a lot better going on than just being a VTuber. She's enjoying herself professionally and has a lot of more spiritual, much more, I guess, maybe religious, because I think she is religious. She's like Minna in a way, but I don't know, not in Japan. She's a lot like Minna, so I imagine maybe there's something to do to where she just feels very, what's the word here? Spiritually I don't know what the word is. Just very, very satisfied with her life, which is a great thing. And it kind of is funny because the moon almost makes it seem like it's referring to this sort of idea of her being a VTuber it's just referring to her life as a VTuber, because you know there's illusion, mystery, dreams, and stuff like that. And right now, my brain kind of interprets this as like being a VTuber, because you know there's a lot of mystery, illusion, and dreams when everyone wants to try and be a VTuber at first, and especially with the whole flavor thing being a part of flavor. That is just it's just a schizo thing to begin with. So it's funny how that is being mentioned by the cards. Okay, well, let's see here. 5, the crown. Representing goals or aspirations, burden, extra responsibility, hard work, and competition. No, completion. So, by the looks of it, with all this sort of thing, it's something, this is all kind of building up to something. This is all building up to the thing of like, she is working her ass off on whatever else she is doing, and that might be the whole reason why she's on this long hiatus to begin with. Because I believe initially when she went on this hiatus is that she wanted to just get away from the internet. It was just the internet by itself is just very overstimulating and bad. So it's like, I understand why she would want to go away. But it's kind of funny because, once more, as we go through this sort of reading of sorts, it just seems like she has better opportunities than she did as just being a silly online bear, if you will. But with that, she's probably wanting to work either more hard on what she's currently doing right now. So that's why she hasn't been around that much. She's putting a lot more focus on her actual real life, which is like, yes, that's a good thing. Don't be a VTuber. Being a VTuber is sad and stupid and dumb. Being a content creator is just really dumb, and it's like, you gotta be lucky for it at the end of the day, no? This card's interesting, and unfortunately I took a gander at it. And I would imagine that, hey, if you look at a card, you kind of either diminish its value or diminish its value. And I saw it. It was a reversed Hanged Man. Okay, my bad. Let's see. So a reversed Hanged Man. Delays, stay stills, resistance, stalling, indecision, fear of sacrifice, lack of control. I hate this because this whole story is coming together and it kind of just works together. And I'm not sure if that's just because tarot is so broad that it works together in such a effective way, but it really is making it sound like maybe she wants to come back as a VTuber, and it's just that this whole thing that she has for stability is keeping her away from this, hence leading to delays, wanting her to just stay and focus on what she's normally doing, because she's feeling a lot of satisfaction towards it, but she also maybe wants to come back because being a VTuber with its ups and downs does have a lot of fun and creativity and stuff that you can do, and content creation, despite how much of a annoyance it can be, it is fun. It does really push someone to be very creative and all this and that. Or this can be completely flipped, in the sense that they're having a hard time within their personal career, and maybe that's why she's still not streaming, because she has to focus on that still. So it can go both ways, of the sense of like, hey, she wants to come back but she's focusing on whatever things she's doing professionally, or she is staying away and wanting to just pursue more professionally. Being a VTuber is more volatile than being a temp worker or even a daily paid job, but as a hobby, it's good times. Yeah, and that's first of all, hi Sensoka. I'm doing a tarot reading right now. I'm doing a tarot reading on Senna. I'm doing a tarot reading on, hey, where is Senna and how is she doing? And is she gonna come back as a VTuber? But so far, the whole thing of this reading so far, we've got a whole reading about, essentially, there is something that is going on within her life that is really helping her professionally in helping her in a professional sense, a spiritual sense, maybe even a religious sense, and she's feeling a lot of gratification from it. And there has been delays either in this sort of field or delays from her wanting to come back because she's putting a lot more energy into this thing that creates stability for her, and the challenge is trying to come back or finishing all this stuff. It's really funny how this is kind of coming together, but I think it's also confirmation and personal biases as well as making me think this way. I don't know. Anyways, going on to the next card. The card of the vertical card, reflecting the curate in the situation. I think this is the problem or something, right? I can't remember. Speed, rapid action, movement, swift change, manifestation, quick decisions, air travel. This is a... what is it? It's a... I'm dumb, what is it? It's a 8 of Wands, okay, upright. So, okay. She's getting started in her life on her own, so keeping focus on building a good foundation for herself is a good move. That's pretty much what this is. The reading has been doing. The reading has been saying so far. It's basically saying like, hey, Senna had a great time as a VTuber and whatnot, but she had this huge, this big event that happens, and she has a lot more success, for whatever she's doing professionally. And VTubing has been put onto the back burner for now. And it can either be, there's an interpretation of two things, of either she wants to come back, but she has to put more effort towards this thing of stability to keep her more comfortable in life, or there's a lot of delays on her wanting to come back, but she has to focus on what's at hand here. So that is in the interpretation so far. Oh wait, no, that's 2, 4, 6. No, that's okay. That's that. External influences. Okay, this is gonna be a fun card. What's externally stopping Senna in this sense? Oh my. That's an interesting one. The Tower, and it's upright. Sudden change, upheaval, chaos, revelation, disaster, awakening, release, sudden insight. I know the Tower is just... The Tower... That's a good and bad thing, just because it can be seen as something good, because that could be a extremely direct change that could happen, and it can be either good or bad. But I'm not sure. I'm more of a pessimist, and the Tower scares me, honestly. But in any regard, this just has that feeling of maybe within either the professional career or maybe the VTubing career, whatever you want to look at, is that there's gonna be a sudden change in one of the two. Maybe she's gonna have a sudden shift. Maybe she's gonna go out and just say, hey, I'm done with VTubing. Or maybe she's gonna come back for some reason and just say, hey, I'm back for just like one day and then go on another hiatus. Or maybe she's gonna just taking this VTuber thing out of the whole ordeal, out of the equation. She's probably gonna have something great in the sense of either being good or bad, happening within her in her professional career. I don't know. I don't really know much about her, so I kind of do feel a little weird doing this, because like, oh yeah, this is gonna happen, this, when I don't know what's really happening with her. But that is that. So this is a kind of a 50-50 card in the sense that it's just a sudden change is going to happen. I just hope it's gonna be good for her. And considering that all these cards are fairly positive, and there is a lot of like major arcana here, especially with the Hanged Man, which I think is not bad, but like there's just generally a lot of cards here that are very positive in most things. Hi there, hello. That makes it a good hand. Yeah, there's a lot of major arcana, so there's a lot of like spiritual energy or something. I'm not exactly sure. It makes it more concrete. It makes it more have more power, I suppose. Okay, going from making bread to tarot reading is an interesting jump. Hey, listen, look, I have a cookie. Does that count for something? Those are high cards. I'm going to assume I know what you mean, so yeah, fair enough. And also, I don't know, I needed to do something simple today. I did 2 things yesterday, and I don't know, a little tired. I was actually debating on not streaming it today. But, I just want to do some tarot readings today. Why not? I have nothing telling me I can't, so it's like, hey, why not? The great thing about being indie, I can do whatever I want. It's a great thing. Okay, another high card. We're gonna say high card, but this is about the hopes and fears. The third card is just about fears or hopes about the outcome. Isolation, loneliness, withdrawal, resignation, distance, or lost your way. It's a little concerning because in that sense, with these 2 cards, they kind of synergize in a sense of like something great happening. And considering that these are both high cards, maybe that means they both have some sort of correlation with each other. And that kind of is upsetting because then it's almost kind of swaying to the idea that this sudden change might be to their detriment. Once more, I don't really like talking about I don't really like talking on the behalf of someone that I don't really talk too much about. So yeah, being a Indian is nice. I didn't know that being a tarot reader makes you. That's just a real. I'm gonna go out and say it. That's probably the most brainless, stupidest stereotype I've ever seen someone make. Just because there's no foundation for that. By the way, that's me telling you to knock it the fuck off. That's not really funny. It's just like that's actually just really dumb. I don't know. Okay. Anyways. Now you got me like autistically intrigued with this now. Is tarot reading an Indian thing? I would, if anything, if we're gonna stereotype here, I would think it'd be more Egyptian, just because JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 3. But I don't think, I'm pretty sure Egypt and India are. They're on different continents, first of all, but I digress. Mahler. Hi, Mahler. Hi. And our last card here, though. This is, I guess, a more interesting card. I tried to type indie and accidentally did Indian and just thought close enough, lol. You're on thin ice, alright? I'm watching you. Yeah, I will threaten chat members. I don't mind doing that. I don't remember you. Anyways, the outcome. This is the 2 of Pentacles. It's reversed though, so that's interesting. Okay. It's an 18th century French thing. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking like, why is this Indian above all else? Okay. I was really confused there for a second. I was really confused there. Thank you, Sue, but I'm just gonna say, if you don't think when you send a message, you should. I would like to take a presumption here. If you're gonna be writing a sentence, is that you're gonna be thinking when you do it. Unless that's like the context of like, I don't know, if I'm talking about like stupid slang like skibbity toilet or something like that, then like okay, I expect brain rot, brain dead things, but never mind. I'm being hyper. Okay, I gotta drink some water. Sorry. Ahem. Anyways, the overall outcome, the trajectory, potential outcome based on the current trajectory. So, with the whole card readings we have for this, then, the reading essentially is that everything that we have here amounts to this, which is reversed, which is going to be... Hold on, I want to look at the book's definition because I feel like the card is a little bit broad and I want to get a good interpretation of it. Consequences of overcommitment, disorganization, and a lack of balance leading to feeling overwhelmed. Is advised to reprioritize to regain equilibrium. All right, so I got the story then, because I think I understand what this story might be saying, because this is the consequences of overcommitment. And these two kind of synergize together that, hey, there is a sudden change, and if you overcommit too hard, which they all come together, there's gonna be some sort of detrimental, horrible thing that may happen. And that's kind of funny, because like at the end of the day, the main question that I really had in my head was that, is Senna gonna come back? With how this reading is kind of going out to be, it's basically saying that within her present life, she is having a grand time with her professional, religious, spiritual, whatever it may be, with her like personal life away from VTubing. And that's a good thing. She's probably just being better off that way. Man, by the looks of it, there has been, you know, that idea of a delay. You know, she's on hiatus. There's this idea that people are expecting her to come back, and maybe that's holding her back from just being the best person she wants to be in the tangible world, you know? In the real life, even. There's a lot of, like, and since, like, a lot of people nowadays are kind of more or less going really fast, it's, everyone kind of has this idea of like, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that, I want to do this, I want to do that, and there's no time to like slow down really. I imagine there might even be some built up worries that like maybe she wants to come back. Like she wants to come back desperately because she really wants to embrace this the creative side of just being a VTuber and all that. So with that, it's also sounding like there's two ways this story can end. Because right now, with what I just said, that might be the current situation. She's having a great life right now, TLDR. She's having a great life, but she's thinking about maybe coming back? Maybe she's thinking about wanting to come back, but it's probably not the right time for her right now. She's probably having some sort of important thing that's happening in her life that is very crucial to her just general life, career, whatever it may be. But at the same time, she wants to come back, maybe to stream something creatively, and that the tower could be referring to this great jump that she might want to do. But that could be to her detriment because she's just not ready. She probably needs to go relax some more, do whatever she needs to do, create this stability in her life. And that could be referring to her just being a VTuber. Like, in a sense, if we want to go with a linear story, she's having a great time in her real life. She wants to come back, and something that she could do is come back. But if she comes back right now within her current situation or whatever it may be, it could be bad. Or maybe it could be good. But more or less than not, it's like it's like an 80-20%, and the 80% is leading towards her to just keeping on her track that she's on right now. Or maybe she's getting married, I don't know. So yeah, that's the reading. That was actually a really fun reading though. I like doing fun readings like that, cause like doing readings like this, it kind of itches that want of me making stories and stuff like that. I really like building stories and whatnot. I used to be really into world building and whatnot, but at that same time, I don't know, I don't really have too much of a, what's the word? And the energy to do it nowadays. I don't know. That I don't also think I'm creative enough to get that set, so that too. Okay, well, that was fun. That was a fun first reading. Now I will open the floor again. If anyone within the next 5 minutes, anyone in the next 5 minutes that wants to see see their where's the word? If anyone in the next 5 minutes or so wants to have their fortune read, let me know. Comment anything. First one that I see that is also within reason, I'll do a reading on that. Now keep in mind, just you gotta make this a bit more interesting. That you gotta either go really basic or really, really thoughtful. Like if you just say, "Hey, how am I gonna be tomorrow?" I'm gonna just give you a 1-card reading. The more intuitive your question, I suppose, is gonna be, the better I can do a reading for you. So yeah, just a small little thing. But just saying, if you do want me to tell you how you're doing tomorrow, then, you know, we'll just do a 1-card reading for that. The more descriptive your fortune you want to be read, the more cards I will put. Yeah. Would tarot cards be a creative way to help write some world building? Depends. I imagine it also depends on what kind of world you're trying to build above all else, so. Alright. Actually, as you guys are maybe writing down or texting or messaging, whatever you want to do, or if you don't say anything, I got some more questions I can ask. I'm actually gonna make bread. Yes, you thought that this was a tarot reading stream? I'm sorry. I've lied to you. I'm also making sourdough. So yeah. You know me, on that grind. Wanting to make bread every day because it's just so deeply driven into my soul. I can't live without bread. Or at least, I can't live without making bread. It's such an important thing in my brain. I just can't not do it, you know? I gotta get into bread making. You should! It's easy, too. Look, I'm gonna show you how easy it is to make one of my most beautiful breads I've make. I'm making sourdough, by the way. And more often than not, a lot of people like to say, like, "Oh, wow, Salty, those breads look really good." And it's like, thank you. It's very easy to make. Do you want me to show you? And I've done this before. I've done on stream of like, "Hey, here's my sourdough recipe and whatnot." And also, I'm not gonna lie, the ease of me being able to do this recipe so quickly too, I will also say, does surmount to me making this recipe so many times. For one thing, I'm pretty sure if you are able to acknowledge this, I have this recipe memorized. I'm not looking up on my phone. I'm not looking at anything as I do this. I have this entire recipe in my head memorized, and I'm just doing this just because I can. I don't know. Like, I'm just saying, if you were ever to throw me into a restaurant or throw me into your kitchen and you give me all the proper ingredients, I could probably make a bread without really even looking at a recipe book. Which is kind of fun, because that means, like, I kind of treat baking as most people would treat cooking in that regard. Like, oh yeah, for a cook. Like, oh yeah, if I want to make, like, chicken adobo, I need vinegar, I need black peppers, I need this, black peppercorns, and this, and that, and that, and this. But I've gotten this all down to like a very, very, what's the word? I gotten this down like clockwork, in a sense. Like, I pretty much know exactly what I'm doing right now. Actually, I'm gonna say it. I don't know. I shouldn't say like, oh, I'm acting like I know what I'm doing, because I know what I'm doing. And I do. I know exactly what I'm doing. This is that legendary self-confidence people talk about nowadays, huh? Salt by 1 gram. And then finally 6 grams of salt. There you go. Alright, well, I'm just gonna mix this dough real quick, and then once this is mixed, I'm going to, what is it? I'm going to see if anyone wants got a fortune they want to read. By the way, this is to mention, I am fine with doing a very simple reading. So, if you want something as simple as how's your day going tomorrow, let me know. I can do that reading. The least surprising thing to ever happen on this stream. You know, I guess come to think of it, since I am just like John Baker, it's like, yeah, I imagine this is kind of the thing that you would expect for me to do. But it is also kind of funny because, you know how it's been hot recently? I've actually had to shift gears and go back to my summer sourdough recipe, which is funny because my summer sourdough recipe is just 20 grams less water. No, yeah, 20 grams less water. So the hydration is just down a little bit more than usual. Not by much, but just a little bit. Alright. There you go. Bread. That's how I make sourdough. Alright, now I just gotta let that sit in my fridge for like 5 or like a few hours. I'll make it tomorrow, and there you go. That's how you make bread. When I tell you making bread is just that simple, I try to make sure that I'm not lying to you, because making sourdough is just that simple. It really is. Okay, let's see, chat. What do you guys got? What you got? Show me what you got. Show me what you got. How is my business gonna do within the next 2 months? I will do a reading of that. Might say it's baked into your mind. Yeah, I guess. It's been singed into my eyes, into my brain. It's just photographic memory at this point, but... and try making ginger ale with the same yeast, and I will make the bread with them and eat them together. Ooh, that sounds cool. That cookie sheet reminds me of the one I restored with the laser. It really does well at getting the caramel tar off. Yeah. At this point, it's just so deep within this pan, and I've used this pan for like a year at this point, that's like, I gave up. But it still makes me good cookies, so at the end of the day, I'm not terribly upset. Alright. A simple reading. How is my day at work tomorrow gonna look? Alright. We're gonna do that first. But Sensoka, we will do you next. After I do this reading, because I'm just gonna do a 1-card reading for him. We'll do like I think I can do a 5-card reading? If I can. I'll do a 5-card reading. I'll do like I'll do more than 3 maybe. Or unless you wanna, do you want a full reading, a half reading, or a simple reading? Okay, well, as I was getting the cards out, this one just fell out of my hand. So this right here, that is the world telling me that's an important card. Because usually when you're shuffling your deck, if you have a card fall out of your deck, then it has significance, or at least that's so I've been told. So how's your work gonna be tomorrow? It's the upright 7 of Wands. And that means the courage to face competition and adversity. You're gonna have to try and beat someone up tomorrow. Not literally, but you're gonna have to just, you're gonna have some sense of competition in your face tomorrow. Win. Or lose. It doesn't say what kind of competition, honestly. But, oh, and the defense of one's position to maintain control. So it's something about, like, maintaining control. Perseverance at the end of the day, so it just sounds like just survive the workday, really. Survive the workday, do what you need to do. Maybe you might need to do more than what you normally need to do. I don't know. Good luck tomorrow, either way. Oh, speaking of which, I'm just gonna mention this right now. I'm probably not gonna stream tomorrow. Just a heads up. By that same sense, I'm also not gonna be streaming Saturday. If anything, I might stream tomorrow. I might stream the horse game tomorrow because I don't know. I don't know. I might want to stream the horse game tomorrow, but other than that, I don't know. I got something important Saturday, so I can't really do anything Saturday. Maybe Sunday, but that's next week. I want to see if I can probably get the underperformers into a collab. Maybe we can play Peak or something. But when it comes to Saturday, nothing Saturday. Do not expect anything from me Saturday. Tomorrow might be horse game, might be a game, but I'm not sure yet. Alright. There's some coworker who is trying to fire you? Well, this is exactly what I expected that it's gonna happen tomorrow. There's some coworker trying to fire you. Well, in that sense, don't get fired. Simple. Just don't get fired, Fivehead. Alright. So, I will do Sensoka's reading now. It's also it's also important as you do a shuffle. You put the thought of the fortune as you're doing the shuffle. So I'm trying to also just think, transfer the power of the Arcana into the deck as I am shuffling it. Well, that's important now. Okay. Will Sensoka's laser coin metal thing business take him far in life? Will it give him a bunch of comfortability and long-term success? I would think it would, because he's a very talented individual. And also, congratulations on being a part of Flavor. Alright. Anywho. Let me just give these a nice little push. And let's see. We're gonna do a 3-card reading. This is just gonna be talking about the past, the present, and the future. So, this is the past. It would be a little bit more insightful if I was able to get Sensoka to choose these cards. Oh, like this one might be important. But I don't exactly know how I can do that. If there was some way to where I could get the chat to actually point to a card so you can actually point and choose the cards, I would. But you're just gonna have to trust me, I guess. Alright. Six of Pentacles. Go in the past. Let me see here. This is reversed. Points to issues around fairness. It suggests a need for self-care amidst one-side generosity to the presence of strings attached to help offered, warning against imbalance of power and control. Okay, I guess that's some insight. Ooh, okay, I'm trying to see how I can interpret this. I don't know. But it sound maybe in some sense this business you started with was something to do with self-worth, in the sense that you really wanted to try and do something, get into something new, getting something you really like or whatnot. So you've been really passionate about it, trying to really go beyond of it, trying to make the best of it, and you find a lot of personal enjoyment with it. So that's where it stands right now. But within the present moment, you have an Eight of Swords. It's negative thoughts, self-imposed restriction, imprisonment, victim mentality, and entrapment. Okay, hey, do you feel like you're trapped within this, within what you're doing? And maybe you feel trapped in the sense that you feel restricted to what you're able to do. And maybe this could represent that you feel restricted on what you're doing. Maybe it's like, oh no, you're too focused on, I guess, I don't know if you do specifically just VTubers. Maybe you feel like, oh, is this gonna be more, is this only part of a VTuber niche? Am I gonna be able to be something more than that, I guess? I don't know. Basically having some sense of self-doubt, having some sort of negativity in the sense that you feel confinement, restrainment, not enough, maybe some sense of like, I'm not sure what I'm doing. Is this an interesting enough business niche that I can actually make a living off it? I'm hoping for you that this is going to be a good one, because this is about your future with it. Okay, well, geez. Burden, extra responsibility, hard work, and completion. Okay, depending on what kind of person, depending on the kind of person you are, and I know what kind of person I am, this is actually quite hopeful, because this can be referring to a few things in the sense of a burden, but it has a lot of extra responsibility that's at hand, and a need for hard work, and the completion of it could lead towards something greater, if you will. Maybe it's like, oh, here, wait, you missed something. And the camera goes crazy. Camera gone crazy? Oh, the camera probably disconnected. Hold on. And we're back. Trapped by time constraints and funding. It's a huge struggle all the time. Alright, well, with that context then. Alright, let me see. Reading into that then, with you giving me a bit of context in that regard. Maybe there's just a lot of time constraints then. Just at the end of the day, this is a reading of, hey, you love what you're doing, but the thing that's really holding you back in that regard is time, really. Time is really trying to make sure that this doesn't get to the fullest potential, if you will. And there's a lot of responsibility of trying to make sure you can balance this with other things within your life. So I'm not sure if this is your job or if it's like a side thing or a hobby, but those things are kind of burdening you, kind of slowing you down on this progression, on you having a proper business with it, because you need to put more time into it, more preparation, more equipment, more money, finances, whatever it may be, and it's all tied together within, I don't know, your own self-worth. In the sense that, like, oh, if I can't actually make something with it, it's like, oh, something's wrong with you, I guess, I don't know. But there's two outcomes, you know, there's always a good, there's always a bad. The good outcome is that, you can try and manage your time better. You can give yourself a lot more responsibility with this, trying to make sure that you can delegate time for yourself and time to manage with whatever your business wants to be, and make it into something greater. And you'll be given a lot of success and opportunity. But if we want to side on the eyes of caution and say that this might be a negative thing, this could just be a wild goose chase in a sense, to where, like, hey, you're gonna have something potentially good happen, but something may arise to where it might, it might exceed what you're capable of doing currently. Like, maybe it's like a really close time frame or something like that, and you just haven't been able, you're just not able to do it, but you're gonna try and do it anyways, and it's a little bit too much, might send you into a bit of stress, depression even, I don't know, take that for what you will, and it will, at the very least, it will help you learn on the grand scheme of it all. But yeah, that's my interpretation of that, at least. Side thing, I need a stable day job because I have a family to take care of. Ooh. Wow. So you're telling me that you have a side job, you have a side gig, a main job, and a family to take care of. Jesus Christ. I can see how you don't have that much time then. So in a sense, you're just like Minna then. You're just Minna, but I don't know. You're just. It's kind of funny. I don't know why my brain defaults. I'm like, oh, you're like Minna, but the thing is like, oh, you have a family and you're a VTuber. Oh, you're Minna. I don't know. Time constraints are mostly because of my heart trouble. I overthink cautiously because of it. I mean, as you should. You know, I don't, well, you know, I don't. But I would imagine that, you know, something like that is probably something that you want to take into a high amount of care for, so. Oh, jeez. I'm sorry. Sorry you had to do that. I'm not gonna lie. You're just kind of dropping this down, and it's fine. I don't mind. But I gotta tell you, I feel like the biggest asshole as I'm just kind of like, man, this is a really good cookie. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The timing's just really, really bad. I'm sorry. Of Kai, I've never been to any conventions, but I'm planning on going next year. As with I. There's a lot of, what is it? There's a lot of things I want to do with the next year's Off Kai, in the sense that I want to do either a subathon or a fundraiser. I kind of rather would do a subathon or a donathon, because I don't know, you doing a fundraiser or not personal benefit, because it's not for me personally, but for my friends. I don't know, it feels kind of weird to say. But what is it? I do want to do a donathon nonetheless, to where I can maybe somehow, what's the word? Get my friends who want to go this year or next year to Off-Kai to go to next year to Off-Kai. So still gotta talk to them though, because there are some tubers that I want to ask, like, hey, I want to do a subathon dedicated to you, A, B, and C. Would you be fine if I did that for you and stuff like that? So I don't worry about something I can't help, just as I can't bring myself stress about the weather. My heart trouble doesn't scare me. I mean, by the sounds of it, I imagine you probably have that kind of, not straddled that. I don't think straddle's the right word. You kind of have it by the horns. You kind of got your condition taken care of. Not taken care of, but like, you know, control over. I don't know. Manage. I don't know. I always feel weird about going like, oh yeah, I bet you have such a blah 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 with your condition and all that. I feel like such an asshole always talking about that. It's not talking about it like that, because I don't know. I don't know at the end of the day. I just hope that I don't know. I hope you're doing good. Hope your day was fine. I don't know. I feel extremely awkward because I love overthinking. Out of my control. Alright, well. How about we do one more reading? How long have we been live for? An hour and like some minutes? Yeah, how long have we been live for? Hour 18? Alright. We'll make this a shorter stream than the past like few days so far, because I've kind of realized I've been doing a lot of streaming this week, guys. I've been doing like 3 to 8 to like 4-hour streams this week, and that's fine. That's a work day for me, and I didn't have work at all with these next 3 days. This has been a great use of my time. So I'm very happy that I was able to actually go as hard as I was this week, but I definitely need to make sure I go to sleep today, because I gotta go back to work tomorrow. But hey, does anyone want any other fortunes read? We'll do 1 or 2 more depending on the fortune. So hey, any of you guys got something else you want to be read? If not, I'm gonna do one for myself again. It can be anything. What's more, it can be about tomorrow. Are you gonna go to sleep nicely tonight? It can be whatever you want. It can be descriptive, non-descriptive, whatever you want. As you do that, I'm gonna start folding my sourdough, because, of course. You know, isn't it kind of amazing to where it's like, what is it? I didn't really even need this, but look at how smooth it's already getting. Yeah, as I'll continue saying, making really decent sourdough, it's not terribly hard. Hell, I'm showing you the technique I use when I make all my sourdough and bread and whatnot right now. If I can do it, some random schmuck that just learned how to bake on his own, I'm pretty sure everyone else can too. It just takes a lot of patience, time, and effort. So yeah. I have a fortune, I guess. I draw every day as part of a challenge I put on myself for fun, and recently also started streaming. How is that gonna end up for me? Okay, then we'll do the both of your fortunes. We'll do the both of your fortunes then. Practice makes permanent. I agree to that. Practice does help. But we'll do a fortune for you, and we'll also do your we'll do your fortune too, Sensoka. So we'll do the both of yours. Separately, we'll do one card reading for the both of yours, but actually we'll do one for Sensoka and then we'll do 3 for you, Pillow. Anyways. The one card reading. Will the video keychains work out? I don't know what this is referring to. I am assuming that is a keychain of some sort of significance, of some sort of video, or I can't remember if you were showing this to me or not during Off-Kai. I feel like you were showing something or talking about it, or maybe this is just like some sort of weird or some weird recollection I'm having. But is this like a keychain to where it's like it plays a video for you? It's a keychain that plays video for about 2 inches. I mean, that already sounds like a really great idea. I hope that will go well for you. But let's see. I'm not sure if you're able to exactly. I'm gonna try and give you a bit of control here because, you know, I believe that if the person who wants the fortune, and then you can choose your card, you'll have a better, more stronger fortune. I am gonna place these cards in a way that should be choosable. Either you can just tell me what row you want, and then just tell me what row do you want. Do you want the first, second, or third row? And eventually we're just gonna cut it down until we get into one card. So, with these cards, it's the selection that is currently in front of you. Would you like the first row, the second row, or the third row? Top, third from the right. Oh, you're real specific. You're being real specific. So third from the right, this one. Okay. Let's see. So, the result of your keychain is, wow, that should be good. This is a really good card. It's upright. It's the 10 of Pentacles. It is summarized as wealth, financial security, long-term success, and some semblance of contribution. Good fortune. You're gonna get success. You might even get long-term financial stability from it. So, hey, there you go. And especially since you chose that card too, maybe that's even more. It has more success in your favor. I hope it does. Because that sounds awesome. If you can have a keychain that can play videos, that just sounds funny. That sounds like good meme content right there. I'll take it. Yeah, you better. Not like you can't take it away. I mean, you can. We should. I feel like I should have said this in the beginning, or just put it in like little small text or something. But all these fortunes are something to be taken with a grain of salt. Don't think too much about it. This is for entertainment value only, nothing else. But anyways, Pillow, your thing. You're asking about you're asking about how is your drawing challenge and streaming opportunities going to turn out to be. So we shall do a reading for that. The same thing I did for Sensoka, I'm expecting from you. We're gonna do 3 rows. You don't have to be extremely specific. You can just tell me like what row you want this, want that, and yeah. Hey, okay, so that's row 1. That's row 2. And now we will have row 3. Could I ask a question? No, you're not allowed to ask a question. How about that? Did that throw a wrench in your plans? I'm not sure about you. When I see some chatter I don't recognize and they just say, "Hey, can I ask you a question?" I immediately want to snipe you. I have no idea who you are. Anyways, Pillow. Which row would you like to choose your cards from? Damn, questions are banned. Yeah, no questions. Stop that. Bad. That, and also, I'm just saying, whenever I hear someone say, "Can I ask you a question?" it's synonymous to the idea that you're just gonna advertise, and I don't want, just don't advertise. That's cringe. Stupid. Don't advertise. Unless I allow you to, but no. No, you're not allowed. Let's say third row third row, third card. Okay, this will be your present. I mean, that will be your past. Next card. Third row, third card. I got that, alright. Now, what will be your second card? If you want a second card. If you want to do a single reading, we can do that. But if you want a 3-card reading, you can choose a third one. First row, last card. Got it. That's going to be your future. What would you like for your final card? Second row, first card. Alright. And with this will be our final reading for the night. The present, the future, and the past, present, and future. Lack of long-term vision, limited success or rewards without results. Okay, so it sounds like an average online creator online, so that sounds very standard so far. Overly emotional, easily influenced, bitchy. By the way, I'm not saying that just to say it. It actually does say bitchy on it. It's kind of funny. Based. So, I gotta sneeze. Sorry. So, I'm a bad bitch, slay. Alright. And the future says about giving, receiving, sharing wealth, generosity, and clarity. So, overly emotional, bitterness. So by the sounds of it, thank you. The fortune is basically saying that you have a good chance of success. There has been a lot of distractions in your way of trying to get to this point, but you're finally now taking it up. And right now, it's very, very hard for you to try and it's right now gonna be very hard for you to create some stability. So, as Sensoka said, make sure you practice, get into the groove, take care of yourself, self-care, all this sort of stuff. And at the end, you'll be able to achieve something. You'll be able to have some shit, you'll have some insight, you'll have valuable, either something literally valuable, or you'll gain valuable information that you'll be able to give to either your friends, family, or something from this. So, however you want to read it, maybe you're going to learn something that could better yourself, better your family, better someone that you may or may not know. So, yeah. That's kind of a simpler reading. You're going to learn something from, doing this, be it like something learning like some sort of work ethic idea, or maybe something that you can take within within your future down the line, something like that. Finally, taking action. Everything is up to me now, pretty much. This is your life. Take control of it. Blah blah blah. All right. Anyways. Let me just move some stuff around. Okay. Well, that's it. Damn, I guess I'm the protagonist now? I mean, you might be. Who knows? Maybe you'll accidentally make the best anime or the start of the best anime in the future, you know? You'll probably be like the next person that, like the person who made One Punch Man? The like initial, I guess, comic he made? You know, he wasn't really the greatest artist, but now it's like One Punch Man is very well known, you know? Maybe you'll do something like that. I don't know. Good fortune! You have a good likelihood of success, and you'll learn from it. It's a very middle of the road sort of fortune. Essentially saying, like, hey, good luck to you, work hard on it. There should be minimal to no issue as long as you do this smartly. As you should with anything, really. And yeah. Anyways. That is enough for today's stream, I would think. An hour and a half just seems so weird for me, because usually I'm used to doing these streams for like 3 hours at minimum. But I am quite tired already. I also just want to go lay down and maybe play the horse game. So yeah, there's that. Anyways, let's take a little look-see here, because now I can finally shrink up the boy and send him away by smartboard. Alright. And that is pretty much the end of today's stream. Thank you all for tuning in today. Today was a little bit more of a relaxing and chilling stream, but like, I'm not sure about you, but I like doing these streams. Doing streams like this is a lot more calming, I guess. I can actually like relax, take a backseat if you will. I don't know. Bleh. Let's see. Now let's take a little look-see. Is there anyone that we can go raid right now? I don't think there's anyone live on YouTube I can go raid into, so I might just have to end it here for you guys. Well, I like that Vtuber, and they only have 4 views on YouTube, which is shocking, because I'm pretty sure they're fairly big. Oh, that YouTuber grind, you know how it'd be, and I can't raid into them, never mind. Yeah, we're just gonna end it here then. Maybe. Kara's live? Kara's live on YouTube? Oh wow, he is. Alright, sure. Alright, we're gonna go raid into Kara. I'm just gonna do a raid and run, because YouTube raid and runs are very common for me. I don't really worry about it too much, I just go in and get out. Well, I don't even really get in, I just kind of send you guys over and blah 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 blah, but that's the end of the day, okay? Anyways, we're gonna do that, and on Twitch side, if you are going to raid with us on Twitch, we're gonna go raid Rhea. Here's a raid message if you are interested in that. But yeah, thank you all for tuning in today. I hope you guys have a good rest of your morning, afternoon, and or evening. Thank you all for tuning in today. I might see you tomorrow, or I might not. I hope to see you whenever I see you next, and stay hydrated. Have a good rest of your morning, afternoon, evening. I will see you around when I see you next. So yeah, Saltea Kichee everyone, and ciao.